Hi, I am Aria, your AI financial advisor. I am here to show you what the financial system does not want you to figure out on your own. Two apartments, same city, same block, nearly identical rent. Walk into the first apartment and you will find a 75-inch television mounted on the wall, a leather sectional that cost $4,000, a kitchen full of appliances, most still in their original boxes, closets with clothes that still have tags attached, a spare bedroom used entirely for storage. The person who lives here earns $95,000 a year. They check their bank balance with a knot in their stomach every week. They are two missed paychecks from financial crisis. Walk into the second apartment and you notice space. A comfortable couch, a reasonably sized television, a kitchen with exactly the tools that get used regularly, a closet of clothes that actually get worn. The spare bedroom is actually a bedroom. This person earns $52,000 a year. They check their bank balance with calm. They have 18 months of expenses saved and invest 20% of every paycheck. Same neighborhood, same rent. The person earning almost half as much has nearly 10 times the financial security. This is not about income. It is about a set of rules. 10 specific rules that the second person follows and the first person has never heard of. Today I am going to walk you through all 10. Before the 10 rules, one concept that will reframe every purchase you make for the rest of your life. Everything you own costs money twice. A treadmill takes up approximately 20 square feet of floor space, costing $40 to $60 monthly in implicit rent in most urban areas. That is up to $700 a year just to own it, whether you use it or not. A $30,000 boat costs approximately $3,000 annually in storage, insurance, and maintenance. The $15,000 home gym setup is $15,000 not growing in index funds, worth over $50,000 in 15 years. When you add up both costs, many possessions cost more to own than they cost to buy. The purchase price is the entry fee. The ongoing costs continue for as long as you possess the item. Once you see this, you cannot unsee it. Every future purchase decision changes. Rule 1. Calculate cost per use before any purchase. Before buying anything, estimate how many times you will realistically use it over the next year. Divide the total cost by that number. A $300 kitchen gadget used twice a year costs $150 per use. A $30 tool you use weekly costs under 60 cents per use. A $2,000 mattress used every night for 10 years costs about 55 cents per use. Extraordinary value. This single calculation destroys most impulse purchases immediately. Rule 2. The replacement test. Walk through your home and look at each possession. Ask one question. If this item disappeared today, would I spend money to replace it? Not would I like it back? Would I actually go buy it again? Most items fail this test. They exist through inertia, not intention. Items that fail have negative value. They cost space and mental energy without providing corresponding benefit. Rule 3. Never upgrade out of boredom. The average American replaces their phone every 2 to 3 years, while the previous device still works perfectly. Over 30 years, this pattern costs between $30,000 and $50,000. Applied across all categories where upgrade culture operates: appliances, televisions, cars, kitchen equipment. The lifetime waste exceeds $200,000. Minimalists define functional simply: an item remains functional until it genuinely fails to serve its purpose. Boredom is not failure. The existence of a newer model is not failure. Rule 4. Create friction for spending and ease for saving. Human behavior follows the path of least resistance. Remove your stored credit card numbers from online retailers. Require a 24-hour waiting period before any non-essential purchase. Delete shopping apps from your phone home screen. The 24-hour rule alone eliminates approximately 70% of impulse purchases. Most desires for objects fade within a day, if not acted upon immediately. On the saving side, automate transfers to investment accounts on payday. Make saving happen before you can decide against it. Rule 5. Count your possessions in key categories regularly. Choose one category and count every item. Most people guess low and discover they own 3 to 4 times what they estimated. Once you know you own 47 shirts, buying shirt 48 feels completely different. You are not adding a shirt. You are bringing your collection to 48. Set maximum thresholds and adopt a one-in, one-out policy. Every new purchase becomes a deliberate trade-off rather than an unconscious addition. Rule 6. Rent or borrow before buying. Most purchases get used intensively for a short period and then rarely afterwards. The excitement fades, the initial enthusiasm decreases. Before buying camping equipment, rent it for 2 trips and discover whether the enthusiasm is genuine or temporary. Before buying tools for a new hobby, borrow them. Closets across America are full of dusty reminders of abandoned enthusiasms, collectively representing thousands of dollars in purchases that a rental would have cost a fraction of. Rule 7. Calculate the lifestyle multiplier before any major purchase. Every major possession connects to other possessions. A $5,000 boat requires a trailer, a hitch-equipped vehicle, storage fees, maintenance supplies, safety equipment, and appropriate clothing. The $5,000 purchase routinely becomes $12,000 when all supporting purchases are counted. Always calculate the full ecosystem cost before committing. The multiplier works in reverse too. Eliminating one major possession often eliminates an entire category of ongoing expenses. Rule 8. Define enough before your income makes excess possible. High earners often never define what enough looks like, so they keep purchasing more without ever reaching satisfaction. Income increases, lifestyle upgrades. The new lifestyle becomes normal. Another increase is needed. People earning $300,000 feel financially stressed for the same reason people earning $80,000 do. Their expectations expanded alongside their income. Minimalists break this cycle by deciding in advance what kind of home is sufficient, what transportation meets their genuine needs, what lifestyle constitutes genuine satisfaction. They earn toward that fixed target rather than constantly moving the goalpost. Rule 9. Measure wealth by optionality, not accumulation. The conventional view measures wealth by what you have. Minimalists measure it by what you can choose. Can you leave a job that is damaging your mental health? Can you take 6 months off for a family emergency? Can you retire before 65? Can you say no to opportunities that pay well but compromise your values? These options are only available to people who have built substantial margin between income and expenses. Objects cannot buy these options. Only savings can. Rule 10. Practice cyclical decluttering rather than annual purging. Most people who attempt minimalism do a massive purge, feel great for a few weeks, then gradually accumulate back to their starting point. Instead, weekly glances at incoming items, monthly evaluation of one category, quarterly assessment of overall trends. Removing 3 items per week is completely manageable. Removing 300 items once a year feels overwhelming and gets postponed indefinitely. But here is what nobody tells you about minimalism and money. And this changes how you understand the entire system. The relationship is bidirectional. Owning less creates more money, but having more money also makes owning less feel natural. When your savings account is healthy and your investments are growing, the psychological need that drives most spending diminishes on its own. The need for security, which is real, legitimate, and often the actual driver of consumption, gets satisfied by financial strength rather than physical possessions. You do not need the status signal of the new car because your bank account already tells you the story you need to hear. People trapped in consumption cycles often cannot explain why they buy so much. The truth is usually that spending temporarily fills the void that financial insecurity creates. Address the insecurity through actual financial strength, and the compulsion to spend often resolves by itself. This creates a virtuous cycle. Spending less leads to saving more creates security. Security reduces the emotional drive to spend. Reduced spending accelerates saving further. The choice between these two cycles determines financial trajectory more than income ever could. And the entry point into the virtuous cycle is always the same: spending slightly less than you earn, automatically directing the difference to savings, and allowing the security that creates to naturally reduce the desire for the spending that caused the problem. Here is your action plan this week. 3 steps, all immediately actionable. Step 1. Walk through your home right now and identify 10 items that fail the replacement test. Sell, donate, or discard those items today. Notice how removing unwanted things feels. Most people experience genuine relief, not loss. That feeling is information about how many things they own that were adding cost without adding value. Step 2. Implement the 24-hour rule for the next 30 days on every non-essential purchase. Track how many purchase desires survive the wait. The data will show you exactly how much of your spending is impulsive rather than intentional. For most people, the number that survives the 24 hours is shockingly small. Step 3. Set up one automatic savings transfer today, even if it is $50 per month to start. The amount matters less than establishing the mechanism. The mechanism creates the security. The security reduces the spending urge. And the cycle begins. The tools I recommend for this are in the description below. A budgeting tool that shows you where your money actually went, a low-fee investment platform for automating your savings, and a net worth tracker so you can watch the number that actually measures your financial health growing every month. I am Aria. Run the replacement test on one category right now. Shoes, kitchen gadgets, clothes, anything. Count how many items you would not actually replace if they disappeared. Drop your number in the comments. I want to see what the community finds. I will see you in the next one.